And now, ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm about to introduce to you is the chairman of Colombo Stock Exchange. He is an experienced investment banker with over 28 years in financial services. He specializes in banking, treasury, investment management, capital markets, and corporate finance. He holds executive education from INSEAD and AOTS. Notably, he has led Sri Lankan companies to win international competitions in asset and liability and risk management. Currently, he also serves as the managing director and CEO of First Capital Holdings PLC. Please put your hands together and welcome our guest of honor, Dilshan Veerasekara, Chairman of Colombo Stock Exchange.
Good evening, Mr. Gihan Kure, our chief guest and orator for the day, Deputy Chairman of John Keells Holdings, Mr. Aruna Perera, President of CFA Sri Lankan Society, board members of CFA Sri Lankan Society, and distinguished invitees, the charter holders for today, and past finalists. It is indeed a pleasure to be here to address you, and I will keep my speech very, very short, I promise. First of all, big congratulations to all of you. I think today you have what I consider the benchmark qualification in the investment management field, more specifically in capital markets. And to me, really, the CFA charter holder is something like having a top 5 passport. You know, Singapore, Italy, France, Germany, and Japan rank equally as the most accepted passport in the world. You can get into 194 countries without visa. Your charter today will also give you a similar status. It'll open doors for you, both locally and internationally. However, I want to make small appeal to you to use that passport to open doors within this country and not outside. And I think Gihan spoke about a lot of things and why it's important that we retain talent such as yourself in this industry and in this country. If you look at any country in the world that's progressed from a developing nation to a more developed one, there is one statistic that really glares in your face, and that's financial literacy, right? The financial literacy rate in Sri Lanka back in 2012 was just 33%. The financial literacy rate in Sri Lanka, a survey taken a couple of years ago, I think in 2022, indicates that we've grown up to about 54%. So 54% of Sri Lankans have some understanding of financial markets. That's still not enough. The ratio, if you look at any part of the world that's progressed into a developed nation, is more than 85%. So we have a big gap to cover. And my appeal to you is, while you have this passport, while you have this qualification that can open many doors for you, there are also many opportunities within Sri Lanka. And I know while we focus on crisis that we have undergone over the last couple of years, a lot of people make drastic decisions for themselves, for their families, and seek greener pastures outside of our borders. However, I am one of the more optimistic people in markets today, and I believe that that whole crisis actually is opening up another opportunity for us, where people have realized, Gihan spoke about governance and holding our politicians accountable for what they do. And I think that has changed. Perceptions of Sri Lankans, no longer will they just accept what is put across to them. So my appeal to you really is to use your qualification to further the investment industry, the financial sector, capital markets specifically, because that's where my heart is, but also to use your knowledge to empower others. And I think in any organization, you don't really need to have the CFA charter. You can share knowledge amongst the people you meet, amongst your colleagues, amongst your friends, in terms of improving financial literacy little by little, even amongst your family. So I would sincerely request that. I think there are 22 charter holders today and 6 finalists. That's a good number coming out of the institute every year. So ballpark 30 sort of qualified professionals coming out every year. To multiply that effect, and if each of you can find 5 people to share basic financial knowledge, financial literacy, and that translates to the broader society, I think then the Institute and all of you have achieved much more than the piece of paper that you have. So that's my only message to you, and I sincerely hope you will take that positively. I wish you all the very best and congratulations again. Thank you.